Hello, Marcel. I have your watch here, and it's a very interesting watch. Um, First things first, we knew that the indicator ring was not turning, and so that was my first concern. These crowns, these stems are a four-part construction, and the parts to make them are quite rare. So if you had been missing, like the stem, the original correct square section stem, that would be a problem. You are missing two of the four parts. You're missing the indicator gear and you're missing the spring. But those things are not deadly. You have the original stem. So somebody rebuilt this. The crown probably broke off and it got taken to a watch person, and the watch person didn't have the indicator gear or the spring, which happens. Indicator gear sits right here, and then there's a spring that keeps it pushed down. But the person did have the correct 357612 stem, which is really great because these are quite rare. And because you've got that, I have the other two parts. So we will be able to basically build you a correct stem, which is really good news. More good news. Based on the exterior of the watch and how many of these I've seen in my life, I had a very clear expectation about what I was going to see when I opened the back. I saw something very different. Normally, the interior will match the exterior. In that, a worn exterior with faded stuff or any of that kind of stuff, where the watch is clearly original and unrestored, will have a similar type movement where it will be kind of hazy and it doesn't run very well and it will need restoration before it's even beginning to be wearable. And your watch, it's definitely original. Like these seals, this caseback seal is ancient. These button seals, they're ancient and they need to be rebuilt. Case needs to be rebuilt, but the movement is actually pretty amazing. These are excellent numbers, suspiciously excellent. It's very, 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 very unusual for me to see an unrestored original watch like this give out numbers like these. Clearly, it's gaining a lot of time. It has a little bit of beat error, but these are great amplitude numbers. And looking at the watch, I can see there's a little bit of lubrication still underneath this capsule right there. That said, the movement still is a little dirty. I can see, if I look carefully, there's little hairs and fibers in this area and some old grease on this click spring here. It definitely needs to be serviced, but what this tells us is that the movement is in very good physical condition, and that is great news. So that's really awesome. Let's talk about cosmetics. I'm going to put you down for a second. The things that are important are here. You've got good white loom. You have bright tomato red hands. Your indicator gear is a little faded. It's not terrible, and it's one of the things that happens. Your insert on your bezel is a little worn. It's one of the things that happens, but it's a good original watch. It's never been abused. It was worn. It was never abused. Clearly, it was worked on previously. So someone, your father cared and loved for this watch, which is great. And after service and a case rebuild and a new crystal and seals and all that stuff, it will be a wonderful piece. And I can tell you by the numbers, the health of the movement is good. And these are excellent numbers to start with. That's really, really, really good. So, congratulations. It's a great watch. Some people might elect at this point to not service, to just have me adjust and everything else like that. I would strongly recommend having it serviced if you don't know the service history. This is a chronograph. They can suffer very quickly if they're not serviced, but it's up to you. I will do what you want. This is a precious thing to you. It's your father's watch. I would personally recommend servicing it so you know exactly what's happening with it and you know what the deal is. It's a really nice watch. Great to have one with the history. Okay, thank you.